You know, come on. Now here we go again. Is it working at all? Because it's not showing up on the meter. All righty, because yeah, it's I can't tell how loud I am or nothing. It's not showing up on anything. I'm looking at the screen and the little green warning dot that tells you you're kicking ass is not saying anything. Oh, I decided to change the name, did you, Jeff? Well, I guess we'll hang about and enjoy a chat until some people get here. They were on to you. They're on to all of us. You ought to know that by now. I'm pretty sure I've been on a watch list for most of my life. Functional for now. Assuming you're talking about the one that's yeah, back there. Yeah. Now you missed all the fun in the last couple days. Been quite interesting actually. Oh, I became the meaty center of a vehicle sandwich on a major highway. So there's that. Yeah, Peter, I'm still functional. I'm still about. We'll see how many other people we get on. I know it's Sunday and a lot of people are gone, but I'm gonna check something here for us. Trying to see if they're because I'm checking through my phone for known issues that we seem to be having lately. But what's everybody doing right now aside from sitting here with me? We'll just have a little chat, wait for a few minutes, and if people don't start showing up, well, off we go. And why'd you retract your message? Ian, how's it going, buddy? It's good to see you. See, I checked it, and it just now told me that I was live. So tell me that's not screwed up. But you guys can hear me okay, right? I mean, perfectly clear and all that stuff because it, like I said, it's just not showing up on the meter. Awesome, awesome. Well, it probably sounds better through here than through the hosting program that we usually use for the show. Stupidly enough, that makes sense. Well, I guess while we're while we're sitting here talking and stuff like that, obviously you know what the title is. Um, with the help of someone in the chat room there, we came up with an idea to share history to all of you. And cameras up there. But to share history with all of you, and I'm kind of excited. And it's a low budget way for you guys to enjoy some piece of history and have something tangible. And I think it's kind of awesome myself. But then again, I'm the one that made it, so not the history part, just the thing that the history goes into. How's that? But I do have one thing behind me that's kind of, well, slightly annoyed. I'm slightly annoyed. Uh, I traded for a piece of history sight unseen and made a mistake. Big mistake. Here, I'll show you why. Okay. Obviously, sword. Obviously, Model M 1860 Civil War sword. You know how I am about authenticity. This is in fact authentic. It's very authentic, but at the same time, it's not period correct. Ian, I was involved in a crash on a major highway that resulted in me being the meaty center of a vehicle sandwich. But anyhow, like I said, it is in fact a Model M 1860. It is an authentic one, but it's not the correct period. It's not a bad looking sword. Very nice sword. But here's the problem with it. It's a Model 1860, like I said, but it is not from the Civil War. This one was manufactured after the Civil War for dress. And by after, I mean about 15 years or more after. So is it an 1800s sword, late 1800s sword? Yes, absolutely. Is it a Civil War sword? It is not. Will it stay in the collection? I'm not sure. No, Peter, this was I did a trade and did it sight unseen and thought it was going to be, period correct, in 1863, 1860 to 1865, somewhere around there. And it is not. It is a later series sword. Like I said, still an authentic, not a knockoff. It's not like a modern reproduction or anything else like that. It's just not the correct time period. So will it stay in the collection? I don't know. But it is, I mean, like I said, it is a nice piece. It's just not the right time. This one was made by the Pettibone Brothers Manufacturing. Pettibone didn't even start until 1881. It's Peter. It's made by good people. It's just not made by the right people. It's not made by anybody who manufactured during the Civil War. This company didn't come out until after. I don't know if they're actually related, but I know who Pettibone is. Yes, I've actually seen their equipment. So yeah, that's not like I said, it's still an authentic sword. It's just not the correct time period. Yeah, and I can't get a hold of this box. Well, anyhow, the idea was behind what I'm going to show you guys and what's up for sale, so you can get a piece of history and everything else, at least American history, is this. Oh, wait. Anything's possible, Peter. Yeah, almost. And it could very well be. I'm just saying that I don't know when this particular sword was manufactured, but I know that the company did not start until 1881. So, but anyhow, the basis on on what I'm about to show you guys that is going to be up for sale is these right here. These are authentic Battlefield Doug Civil War bullets. These are the ones right now. The reason why I'm able to handle them is because they're the ones that aren't in a shadow box yet. So, and like I said, they're Battlefield. So some of these they've definitely struck something, just slightly. Another good solid one. Yeah, there's several. There's multiple different types in here, Jeff. There's multiple different ones. There's some cleaner bullets. I believe there's a couple star ends. Yeah, here you go. But who doesn't love lead? The guy that's receiving it. That's who. That's who doesn't love the lead when you're on a receiving end. Actually, Jeff, believe it or not, I'd rather get hit with one of these than one of the modern ones. See, oh, there's a good one. It's definitely been Battlefield exploded. But anyhow, here's what has been done. Okay, and these, like I said, are going to be up for sale. I made the background myself. Uh, basically, I took the map and threw a few other things onto it and stuff like that to make it look a little bit neater. But this is what they are, and the background is not a piece of green felt with a piece of tape that says Civil War bullet on it. It's not a piece of paper that was roughly printed. This has got a really good solid background, very colorful, and it looks like this. And the detail is, I mean, like I said, I like making them look neat. I don't like just the old boring. Okay, I got a Civil War bullet hanging on my wall type thing. I wanted something a little bit more fancy for myself because obviously one of these I kept. But each one of these will come with a different bullet that has been battlefield dug, and I did not clean them. I'm going to be very I did not clean them. I did not brush them off or anything else like that. They still got the dirt with which they came. Adds a little bit of character to it, doesn't it? But like I said, these are up for sale right now. There is 6 of them available. There will be 25 in total. 24 actually, because one of them's mine. Well, you got knives laying around the house. Cut them bad boys off. Cauterize it with your oxyacetylene. Okay, that might be more difficult, unless of course you want to shove a hot poker up the old tuchus, right in the crack. Anyhow, we should be talking about what I'm going to ruin another video with really bad jokes. That's what's going to happen. Anyhow, if anybody is interested in those, yes, like I said, there's 6 of them readily available. You will have to pay shipping, and if it's long distance shipping, chances are they will be some assembly required because the casings actually do put a little bit of a little bit of pressure back here, and I'm afraid with it being having some pressure because that's real glass, that during shipping it's going to get bounced and the glass is going to get broken, and I don't want to do that to you guys. And the price is going to be right. It's going to be good. It's not super high up or anything else like that unless they change the price of materials again. But right now they're price pretty good. And what this is going to do? Hey Sherman, I'll show it to everybody again so Sherman can see it. What this is going to do is after materials and stuff like that, uh, the rest of the money is going to get put into basically an envelope into a drawer, and that's how I'm going to be funding part of the museum. I mean, if I could carry the camera over and show you guys the museum, but it's not that easy. But it's something I've been wanting to do for a while. Aside from just talking about the history and having the museum and showing you guys the history myself, I've wanted to try and find a way to give you a tangible item that isn't super overpriced or a knockoff or something like that, a reproduction. I want you guys to have real history, and I think this is the way to do it. Peter, you probably got more talent than I do. I just get lucky sometimes. But I guess I should show it again so that way Sherman can see what we're here for and what we're talking about. but I'll wait for him to respond. By the way, along the lines of the Civil War and stuff, I was actually kind of when I first started learning about the Civil War. To be honest with you, I was surprised that my own state, even though it's supposed to be the land of Lincoln, was not a part of the Confederacy because we had slave trade here. In fact, one of my goals right now is to get the state to realize the error of their ways, and there is actually a house down uh, south from me that if I wish I could afford to drive a four-wheel drive truck down there, but drive down there and show you guys what it is, and hopefully get them to somehow restore it and keep it, because wiping it out is not going to do any good. It's not. It's not a monument to slavery. It's not a monument to the horrors. It's a cautionary tale, and it should be preserved, and people should learn from it. I'm sorry. That's what I believe, and that's what I'll stick by. And I really want to work on the project of preserving the place and saving it. And but I've gotten a hold of some representatives and stuff, and of course, as soon as I mention what my project is, they clam up tight, tighter than a dolphin's ass. They don't want nothing to do with it. But since Sherman didn't get to see it, and Sherman, these are for sale. Okay. I'll repeat myself, which I generally don't like doing, but I'll do anyway. The reason why these were made and everything else like that is because I wanted to somehow give you guys a chance to own a piece of history that isn't going to break the bank, that isn't, overly priced by wildly unrealistic collectors, and a non-reproduction item and stuff. I just wanted you guys to have something that I believe is awesome. And I chose the Civil War because I had a chance to get, items from the Civil War. Now here you go, Sherman. Yeah, I've been trying to find several ways to do that for you guys. I really am. This is just the first shot at it. And yes, these are handmade by me, like Peter just said. Uh, they're done with care. They're done. They're done in a way that I think it makes it look better. Okay. Uh, like I said earlier, it's not just a piece of green felt with a piece of tape that says Civil War bullet, or anything else like that. It's got a really nice background. The background is actually a piece of metal that has been sublimated, so it's good, solid, looks great, has vibrant colors. Um, I think that's one. The presentation is just as important as the item, if you know what I mean. But they're priced absolutely perfect. And like I said, unfortunately, you will have to pay shipping. But after materials costs, I mean, they'll stay at this price as long as I can keep them at this price. If I decide to make more, there'll be 24 in total for sale. But remember, prices do rise and stuff, so it sometimes it just makes it a big pain in the butt, and you got to raise your prices on things. But what this is going to do, Sherman, is after paying for the materials that I made, made them with and everything, the rest of the money is going to go basically into an envelope, and it's going to help further the museum. Now, there's not just museum items that I want to get. There's also equipment that I want to get to bring other things from history to you. I've got newspapers and magazines and stuff like that, all the way from well, even before World War I into modern times. Things I don't want to continually handle and I don't want people to touch. So, in order to give you a chance to see that stuff, I'm going to get a specialized scanner. And I've been working in conjunction with somebody else in the chat room and possibly putting together a website for a virtual museum where you get to read and see, read the items, the magazines and the newspapers and the letters and stuff like that, and be able to see them and everything else like that. And that's the goal that we're working to, where that I'm working towards, is to have a virtual museum where you guys can enjoy the stuff too. But you know what? Let's play a game. Giving what you see here, this item, which is a good solid shadow box, okay, with a nice bright vibrant background and a Battlefield Doug bullet and everything. What do you guys think I'm charging for those? Well, Peter, that's how I roll. Peter said it sounds like a great idea. Love the funds going back into the coffers to support more history. That's exactly what it's for. Um, that's how much I believe in it. That's this. It's not just a hobby. It's not just it's a passion. It's a love, and it's important. It's stuff that people should know. And if I can give them a chance to own a piece of their own history, but let's take some guesses. Each one of you. Brandon's history bunker. I like it again. Um, let's take a guess. Each one of you can take a guess as to what I am going to ask for the price on those, minus shipping, of course, and then we had shipping later, depending on where you are. Well, that's one guess. Two guesses. Come on, Ian. You got to bring us home. Peter, you don't count because you know what I'm thinking. Ian, what do you think? If you're still here. Ian is the one that is closer. Hey, Peter, I think I came out with too small of a price point here. No, guys, you're not going to believe this. I'm going to type it in the chat, and I'm going to gauge your guys' reaction on that. because, like I said, I want you guys to have a piece of history. I mean, I could charge probably pretty heavy, like you guys have posted, but Sherman was definitely super high. Jeff, I'm flattered, but not that high. Uh, I'm typing it down. Hold on. No, Jeff, I did not. Somebody else that I know fairly well did. Of course, I'll accept donations for more. It is for the museum, but that is what it is. It's more about sharing history than it is to, make a bunch of money for the museum. I mean, I'd like to make a bunch of money for the museum, but at the same time, I don't like the whole price gouging shit. I don't. Never have. On my right. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you guys. At that price, we're not holding on to very much. I'm not. I mean, I'm actually not making a hardly anything off of them. But anything that does get made off of them goes back to the museum. So, what do you guys think? Given the quality of the item and everything, is this something you guys are interested in? I did add a couple more items to the museum as of late too. One of them, thanks to a friend of mine that actually just brought this thing over to me. Vietnam era e-tool. He was going through some stuff and actually found one. So I got another trench shovel. Peter says, me personally, I think the price is too low. but I'm in 100%. I want one of these. I know but that's why I'm saying anything after that. If you guys want to donate more, that's fantastic. I'm not going to hold you to it. I'm not going to be mad if you don't. Uh, I'm just trying to continue history with you guys, and I'm trying to continue rebuilding the museum and making the museum even bigger and badder than it was before. Well, I added a couple other things. They're back behind me, but I'll have to go get them. In fact, give me 1 second. I'll go back there and snag a couple things and bring them. Yes, it's an American trench shovel. There is actually an M1910 World War One entrenchment tool behind me as well, but I'm going to leave it up there. I did add a 57 millimeter HE to the collection. Now, just to find the casing, because you'd be surprised at what actually fired this particular one. But this is a World War II 57 millimeter HE. It's an anti-tank, actually. It didn't come from the anti-tank gun, but it is in fact anti-tank. Think rifle, actually. In fact, I got a Vietnam era example sitting in my hands on it right now, but this is the much larger version. The 106 millimeter recoilless rifle. But this was the paratrooper version 57 millimeter recoilless rifle. Now I just need to find a 57 millimeter recoilless rifle casing to put this in, or a nice 105 for this, because I don't know if you guys knew, but the reason why they call this the 106 millimeter is so that the goofballs wouldn't try and shove one of these in a 105 howitzer. It's actually a 105. It's not a 106. They just call it that so somebody doesn't do something dumb. And now this I have an idea for. It's a little banged up. It's definitely very rusty. But I think I'm going to turn it into a light, and I'm going to hang it above the shelf over there. In fact, there's chunks of rust falling off on the inside. I can hear them rolling around. Well, the good news is, Peter, is we already have a decent first aid kit from a UH-1 Huey, remember? Easy there, Peter. Materials cost money. You're getting too fancy with it, yo. One moment. Also had managed to get my hands on an MK2. Only this is not the British. This is the Canadian MK2 Brody helmet. But there's a problem, and actually, my guys in the UK and stuff like that can probably help me out with this. Unless I can find somebody up in the Canada that can get some authentic pieces. But I need the rivets to put the chin strap on because they broke the chin strap clips off. I need the chin strap and the liner for this helmet, which will probably cost more than the helmet. Yeah, everything I'm finding is reproduction. You guys know how I feel about reproduction. I try to keep everything as authentic as humanly possible. There's only a couple of reproduction items in here because I just don't have the originals. One of them being a potato masher and the other one being a K ration. Because if I had a real K ration, it'd be back there, not over here. Same thing with the potato masher. I know, but I'm not. I don't do reproduction. If I'm going to do it, I'm just going to do. I want the original. That's how just how I do things. Reproduction is just reproduction. Having the real item means more, at least in my book, because the story behind the item is just as important as the item itself. Now, everything can be obtained. It's just whether or not you want to pay the price to obtain it. Like a reproduction uniform or something like that would be perfectly fine. Only because if you wear it, you know what I mean. For reenactments or display living history, whatever else like that. I can understand that, but I don't know. I just there's many reasons why I don't do reproduction. In fact, the only reason why there's a reproduction potato masher here is because I'm doing something with it. See, a lot of my friends still do the reenactments and everything else like that, and I have, if I can ever get the lathe fired up and figure out how to make the pieces, I'm going to make reproduction, not explosive ones, but reproduction potato mashers that actually have holes drilled in them and stuff like that in the bottom not where I mean, where it still has the pull and everything, where you unscrew the cap, pull the porcelain knob and let it rip. But they will have like a smoke, pull apart smoke in there. And one of the things I'm trying to figure out how to do though is to do a delay fuse timer. So when they pull that and it starts smoking, it does make a pop and makes a report, but but it still smokes. I'm still trying to figure out that part of the delivery system. Yeah, it was just something I thought up about the kabooms, you know, for reenactments. The smoke part's easy, but getting it to make the pop, to make some noise, I mean, not a big boom, just enough to let you know that, hey, something might have went boom. But trying to figure out how to link it with the smoke is becoming an issue. I'm just not figuring out necessarily how to do that. I mean, the pull smoke thing is easy. You can buy those right off the shelf, and they don't have to be very big. Um, yeah, but the problem is, Ian, is how to actually make it function, how to make it go off. Unless we can figure out how to drill a small hole through one of the pull smokes, and put the fuse in there. But then I mean, you see what I mean? It's just kind of trying to figure out how to pull that off. You won't see the holes, uh, Jeff, because here I'll grab the dummy here for you. Like this is a wooden reproduction. It was actually supposed to be used. This is one of the ones that was supposed to be used on the set of Saving Private Ryan, but it was never actually movie used. But the bottom lip right here is where I want the holes to be, Jeff. So that way, when you're carrying it, you'll never see the holes. You'll never see anything else like that. But you'll unscrew this and pull the porcelain knob just like you would the real thing. The smoke can start going off, and you chuck it. But you know, trying to figure out what kind of delay and pop you can make with it. She still didn't get it, man. That sucks. I'm sorry, man. I hope it shows up. If it doesn't, within another week or so, I guess I'll try and send something else. Sorry, my throat's really, really bad today. Really swollen. I mean, you guys can see it. It's really swollen right here and everything. Well, yeah, Peter, the small charge, um, I'm thinking like along the lines of like just a small firework, like a firecracker, an M80, something that just makes a pop and a noise. But remember, you unscrew the cap, you pull it, and you throw it, and when you pull it, the smoke is already going to start. So as soon as it hits the ground, starts smoking, it waits a few seconds and then some sort of pop noise. You mean in the land where everything wants you dead, they don't want you to have fireworks? That's sad. They keep trying to do that to us too, though. It doesn't work out very well. They tried to dumb us down to Joe Dirt. Snakes and sparklers are the only things that they like. Well, they can kiss our ass. We still make things go boom. There's not much left to burn in Australia, is there? I mean, you got a bird that has talons from hell that wants to kill you. You got a 6 foot tall steroid induced rat that wants to kill everybody. Spiders that want to kill everybody. Snakes that want to kill everything in Australia wants you dead. Uh, Same here, Jeff. We really let loose this year. It depends on how they ship it, Ian. I bet I could get the shadow box to you faster. Oh, and I will at the when I do take my trip at the end of the month, I will upload videos. I will try to go live during the event a couple times and let you guys see things, but I can't guarantee it because the signal there is ass. I mean, last year I went live and people said it was breaking up and the video was grainy and fuzzy and stuff like that, which I wasn't surprised at. But they had a great time. They loved watching it. I walked them around Midway Village. I took them into the woods. They got to see the Hetzer, and I made a joke about it. And the guy was really upset that I made a joke about it because I called it a stug on purpose to test people. And he's like, "It's not a stug," and he got all mad. And I'm talking about a guy that was online watching the video. So and to be honest with you, I could probably make these fairly easy, I guess, at least this part, because I could just take a piece of, salt, like a thin piece of tubing, weld the end shut, weld a piece of plate here or maybe a washer or something like that. Run a nut on the inside of it so you can thread it back together, for making it reusable and everything. The hardest part would be the handle and stuff. And if I want to get fancy with one, I can throw a fragmentation sleeve on it to make it look real. Yeah, but soup cans and everything will dent, and I want to make it to where it's reusable and fairly nice. I was kind of thinking about that because it's a little bit more resilient. It's fairly solid. It's going to be short enough to where it's going to be kind of hard to dent. And a piece of black wall pipe coupler inside of here, for the hole in the thread would probably work. Yeah, pretty similar. Yeah, yeah, to a conduit coupler. Okay, now here's the next question: how many of you guys are actually on the Discord? At least on the Lost Battlefields Discord, the machine does not have one. Could make one, but just call it the International Legion. Well, I'll show you. I'll show you later on, Peter, what I'm thinking with the pop smokes. They're for photography and stuff like that. That's kind of what I'm thinking to use as the smoke. Oh, you gotta get on there, Ian. Let me see if I have one moment. See if I can get the link for it or something. There's multiple categories, but I'll try and at least get you in here. If I can find how to get you the link, actually. Crap, I'm tired. No, not that. Hold on a second, guys. Copy link. But that's the link to Lost Battlefield Discord. There's a lot of different sub channels and stuff like that. You'll figure them out. But unless you're on, on my social media or anything else like that, or have any contact with me, that's the only way you're going to be able to get the shadow boxes. Like I said, there's 6 readily available for sale right away. What was what? More than likely PayPal, even though I don't like PayPal. I think I have Cash App and stuff too. Well, I said I have PayPal and I believe I have Cash App and stuff. I don't know. Well, those two I do know that I have. Haven't used Cash App in for so long. I don't even know if it works. I'm looking on here to see what else I got. If that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. PayPal and Cash App. I have Venmo, but I don't like it. All right, Jeff, I'll see you later. I'm probably going to bail out of here really quick anyway. Yeah, we'll get it straightened out. But like I said, there's 6 readily available. If you want them, get a hold of me on Discord or get a hold of me on one of my social medias or whatever, and we'll work out the details. And with any luck, I can get some of the Machine Radio Show International Legion shirts done too. Peter, that's because we're not fully communist yet. Well, if your IT guru shifts money all over the planet, he can shift a few my way. Ah, it sucks, Ian. I know, Peter. I know who you're talking about. So let me guess, Ian, you're using an iPhone. Preview of one of my other projects too. Another one of my metal art projects. Oy, oy, oy. Well, there'll be several of those in a series, Peter, and that's part of Project Hydra. Nokia. Hey, Nokia used to be the shit. Okay, nobody could beat the brick. Oh, they're still stiff. But all right, guys, I am going to get off of here for now. Just wanted to share with you guys all that and let you know that those are released now, and you have a chance to own some history. I am absolutely flattered that you guys thought the price was going to be much higher than what they are. But if you want a piece of history, you can get it. Just get a hold of me. But I will catch you guys later on. Oh, dude, D Man just got here too. Oh, that's terrible. Well, D-Man, if you want a piece of that history, just let me know. That's what they're for. But I got to get out of here, guys. I will catch you guys later on. See ya.